So 24 teams went out and competed this year to try to become champions of the USL Championship, to lift up that trophy, and 2 of them made it to the final. And my oh my, was it a game. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. But before we do, welcome everyone to the USL Insight, where we talk about news happening around the USL. And if you're a fan, please give this video a like, because it really helps with the algorithm so that we can get more exposure of the USL out there. So 2 teams made it to the final, and those 2 teams are Colorado Springs and Rhode Island FC. Now, I'll be honest, I did not believe that any of these teams were going to make it to the final, because you had such dominant teams. For example, Louisville City, right? They won the Players Shield, and it looked like they were going to be a team that was going to be unstoppable in the league. You also had, for example, Charleston Battery with Nick Markanek, who was a leading scorer in all of the United States. But hey, that's what the championships is all about. That's what the playoffs are all about. It's a whole different ball game. You're starting from scratch. If you made it to that far, you're starting from scratch, and the stakes are much higher because a lot more nerves come into this, because it's a 1 win and you make it, you lost, and you're out. And in the playoffs, I'll be honest, I feel like Colorado Springs was not the greatest. They weren't as convincing that they were going to make it this far, to make it to the championship. But hey, they did. Like I said, it's a whole new ball game. Congratulations to them. But Rhode Island FC was a team that I for sure, the way they were playing in the playoffs made you think, okay, these guys are serious. These guys are going to win the whole thing, because they were scoring goals like crazy. They beat Louisville City, which Louisville City was a team that was destroying other teams in regular season. They were the ones that were scoring a bunch of goals on teams. But Rhode Island FC held them off, completely annihilated them. And so they were a team that I thought, okay, they're going to win it all because of how dominant they're playing. But in this championship game, Colorado Springs, the Switchbacks, they outperformed Rhode Island incredibly. The first half, Rhode Island did not exist in the game. Rhode Island did not look like the Rhode Island team that we had seen in the playoffs. Colorado Springs, they absolutely deserved this title. They absolutely deserved it because of how much outperformance they were doing. They looked like a team that had been there before. They looked like they knew what they were doing, calm, composed, attacking, and it paid off for them. So you had 3 goals that the Switchbacks scored. The game ends 3-0. And before we get into that, I mean, it's nationally televised. How incredible is that? On CBS. The only downfall is, of course, that it was early in the morning. In Colorado time, it was 10 a.m. For a final at 10 in the morning, that is, if you get that slot, that just shows you where you are, right? That time slot on TV, it shows you that, yeah, not a lot of people are going to tune into it. And I get it, right? It's the USL Championship, but I guess the good still outweighs the bad, because it was nationally televised and the picture quality was incredible. It looked great. It sounded great. I was watching the game and I was very happy with that, the overall picture quality. But yeah, like I said, it goes 3-0 is the final score. And the first 2 goals, I have to tell you guys, from Juan Tejada and Jairo Henriquez, I mean, Coque Vegas was just standing there. He was outplayed. I mean, I'm not sure what it was exactly, right? I mean, the first goal, maybe he doesn't think that's going to come in and come across. But yeah, he's just standing there. The second one, yeah, he doesn't see it. So yeah, it's kind of like a lucky ricochet because it falls back to Jairo. But still, that was an incredible goal. What I'm trying to get at is that him standing there was kind of the way Rhode Island was playing. I mean, I didn't even hear J.J. Williams' name half the time. Albert Dico didn't do anything. Noah Fuson, he was silent as well. And so the Jairo Henriquez goals was a beauty. It honestly was, because he gets it up pretty much in the upper 90, and that's always gonna look nice. And then Ronaldo Damas just seals the deal. He scores a goal, 1v1. So yeah, the fact that they were able to win in front of a sellout crowd, in front of their home crowd, and that stadium is nice. That stadium looks really nice for what it is. So it was awesome to see that they were able to win in front of their fans. I always think that's great when teams are able to do that. It kind of sucks when you win away from home because no one's really there to cheer with you, but the home crowd was incredible. It sounded great. It was lively. It's also pretty cool that the head coach, this is the first time that a first-year head coach wins a championship. So that was history in the making as well. But yeah, guys, this game was a great game. It's a game where it had goals. It had beautiful goals. And so now Colorado Springs, the Switchbacks, are going to be champions for all of history. For 2024 in the USL, they are the champions. And no one is ever going to take that away from them. So it was a great accomplishment to them. They were able to get their medals. They were able to lift that trophy. Christian Herrera also, I got to give him props. He had a clean sheet. The guy's 6'4", I heard, and man, to be that athletic, to be a goalkeeper at 6'4", that's really impressive, guys, because sometimes when you're really lengthy, you know, you're not as agile. Yeah, Christian Herrera, he held it off. Great stuff from him as well, the goalkeeper. And so there's a lot of great things that the Colorado Springs, the Switchbacks, should be happy about. Yeah, like I said, it was a great final, a great season, a lot of great stuff happening, a lot of news around the USL in general. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this game. Let me know what you guys are excited for. And was having some technical difficulties. That's why I have this mic. Maybe the audio is not the greatest, but don't worry, guys, it's going to get resolved. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for subscribing, all of you who have. And with that, guys, I will see you all on the next one.